say that it's extremely economical, the way the sleight pans that you do, and I think there's a lot of work that goes into that sleight of hand. So I appreciate that a lot.
but in fact, to tell the truth, because I work in TV these days, TV dramas, you know, this was talking to her earlier. In fact, in TV dramas, I use a lot of long take, except nobody actually realized or complained, because in a TV drama, things, you know, the dialogues, the things keep moving. In fact, long take is actually, it's been around in movies, even in Hollywood films, except I think the blocking sometimes make it quite obvious that, oh, it's long take, because it's kind of like static, you know, stuff like that.
Any other questions? Yes.
You said the film was written for Sunny and Pintio. And what's the story with Pintio, the inspiration?
For Pete, I've worked with him in 2 other films, and it's always been his, how to say, he wanted to do more, and he wanted to see, as an actor, he wanted to see what he can do other than what he had already did with my film and some of other people also. And the thing is, like, I've told him that, yeah, I mean, personally, I wouldn't want to use an actor the same way I did in a previous work. So, and I said, let's use this opportunity with Sunny, because at that time I really didn't have anything, a project going on where I could cast anybody. So I met him, and then I kind of cast him, and then and let him know that it's not going to be a handsome, you know, heroic role that he had been dreaming of. Because in all 3 films, including this, his image is kind of like, I would say, quite close to him in real life, but it's really not very positive image that he always had to portray as a singer and musician.
He swear a lot.
The second question is about the language used in the film. In your previous film, it's mostly in Cantonese and Mandarin, shot in KL. This time it's Hokkien in KL. So why is change? There any reason?
Okay, this is also because of the actors. I think this project is very interesting. I kind of be much more flexible compared to last time. I mean, last time I'm quite flexible, so, because I work a lot with what the actors could deliver. You know, because there's no point, I think, forcing an actor to go to a direction that they're not comfortable. The fact that we do not have a rehearsal period, like in theatre, you rehearse 2 months for a role, but in film, it's like less than 2 weeks or 1 week. And I think because of that, usually in film or TV, I work with what the actors got. You know, first of all, their delivery of language and dialogue. And originally it's supposed to be in Cantonese predominantly, and his Cantonese is yeah, so, and we are like, oh, like, okay, never mind, what else can you okay, English, and Hokkien, Mandarin, okay. And then when Hokkien came, Pete has a problem. It's not Hokkien, but I think he kind of took it the challenge because, okay, I'll just force myself to speak Hokkien. So I think he was comfortable with that direction. And
it's natural.
Oh, I think he'll be glad if he heard that. Because he keeps saying he was forced to kind of speak in Hokkien. And I think the thing was, because of that, all these little elements, I kind of make it more open, so the actors could bring them the language that they want to communicate in, or even with the slang or accent they want to communicate in the film, which is, I think at the end of the day, looking back at it, is more true to life in KL, because I think we speak in multiple languages, depending on who we meet.
I mean, a lot of what I seem to hear you say is that you just make do with what you have in the process of, if he speaks Hokkien, okay, well then they all should speak Hokkien then, for instance. I also noticed that in your credits, I mean, a lot of your producers, your executive producers, are the people that you've worked with. I mean, you kind of help each other out of Da Huang Pictures gang. Mafia, maybe. Do you want to talk a little bit about the dynamics and how they were involved in this process? And maybe if you can talk a little bit about the usual numbers, like you mentioned that you spent about 1 to 2 weeks to rehearse this. In terms of shooting, was it 1 or 2 weeks as well?
I think the shooting is about 15 days. Yeah, 15 days. Yeah, the 15 days the shoot, and I think 1 week before. Yeah, 1 week. He arrived 1 week before, but of course I worked with the rest of the actors earlier before he arrived.
And the involvement of
Yes, it's basically produced by Tamang Pictures. I think some of you might be familiar. It's actually a few of us who kind of formed the company just to produce our own films under one banner. That's it. It's not a mafia. It doesn't control any industry. So it's just been so well known because all the films that they have produced so far and have been going to festivals. So I think it sounds like that's the only production house in Malaysia, but no, there's quite a lot, a few others. Yeah.
any other questions? Yes.
What is that question to Sunny?
Oh no.
Because I promised that I would ask you a tough question.
Oh shit.
What is working in Malaysia like compared to working in Singapore?
Okay, again, why this question? Well, actually, it's not really difficult questions. I feel that there are certain similarities of indie films and people who work under indie films. First of all, I said I feel myself comfortable. No doubt it's kind of alien for me because I'm not Malaysian. But then again, after a week, and first day when I met him, talk and joke, and we talk about mixed martial art, we talk about games, talk about how bad, and then it just feels like home. So there are not much of difference because I know that the indie spirit is very there. So I just feel comfortable. Within less than a day, I just feel myself at home. Everybody say hello, no difference. But I think that some of them, it's just like working with you, or work with some of the independent or the students. So I don't feel anything different at all. In fact, I actually going back there to do another trailer with him because he promised me another 2 films together. So so I think that there are something that we should learn from Tahong as well. The collaboration, the spirit of just go. So we should learn that. Sometimes we lack a little bit because sometimes I do hear people absent from a certain set. Some in local, not you guys. Don't worry, don't throw chairs in it. Some of the locals, I will not point fingers or say anything, will have excuses. That is, oh, I have to do this, I have to go back by this time. We're all being tied up by something, but where's the dedication sometimes? I think dedication is very important for us to grow, for independent films or film to grow in Singapore. If we don't have that kind of attitude, it's very hard for us to proceed even further. So for me, just like some of the directors may know me, they call me, I'll be there. I won't have a second thoughts. I'll push whatever things that goes, whatever needs to be done, I'll go for the film first because that's my passion. If passion is being weighed by some other intention, that is not passion. So you must make sure that what are you going for? Because film is not an easy, glamorous thing as you think is Hollywood. It's something when you dedicate it, your craft, when it comes out, you feel happy about it because that's accomplishment. Yeah, this is one hell of accomplishment. I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy that I work with him.
That's just a bit about when you're doing a low budget film independently. The only thing you need is dedicated and passionate people in the project. Because unlike a fully financed film, you can buy the passion and dedication from the professionals. So when you're doing your own work, you need to really select and make sure that these people are willing to work for you and you can click. I think that's the most important thing when you do not have money.
Was it that if you don't have money, you should at least have friends?
Yes, a lot of friends. Yeah, I mean, once they work with you, then they become friends. Yeah. I mean, because of this film, I am looking forward to work with him. Yeah. Because it is quite a bad experience. I won't be sitting here with him.
Okay, we have to leave, but I think I'll just take one last question. Yes.
Proud to this movie, your cast is main players are mainly Malaysians, right? So now you collaborate with Singapore